Welcome to our Excel spreadsheet exercise 2, and now we are going to do the following question, which says a certain hospital preparing the data in finger below showing the causes of death of infants in a particular year. We are going to use it to answer the questions that follows. We'll do question A, which says open a spreadsheet program and key in the data as it appears. Then we save the workbook as hospital data. So this is our question. So I'm going to open the Excel spreadsheet program. So I'll click on the start button, then type Excel. So we have the program Excel. So I click the program, it opens. Then we will do the following question by filling in the information. Then we will be able to tackle the questions below. So we have the columns A, B, C, and rows from number 1 to number 8. So I'll go back to the application. Then I select from cell range A, B to C, coming down to number 8. Then I click on borders. Then I choose all borders. So once I have applied all borders, I highlight the columns A, B, and C. Then I click in between cell A and B. Then I'll be able to extend that line or to extend the column width. So once I extend that, I click on row 1. Then I bold. I also click on cell A8. Then I bold it. After that, I will then type the information so that we may be able to do the questions together. So I'm going to key in the following information. Then we will be able to tackle the following questions. So I'm typing the data so that we may be able to do the questions together. I'll try to be as fast as possible to key in the following information. So I'm done typing the following data. So I can click in between the columns A and B to fit the column. So you just double click. Then you can space between the column B and C, and we double click between column C and D to just have a fixed column width that fits the content of our information that we have just filled. So after keying in the data, we will proceed to the next question, which says open a spreadsheet program and key in the data as it appears. Save the workbook as hospital data. So before we proceed to doing the other questions, we will first save this information. So you click on File, then we click on Save As. So for our information, I'm going to save it under the Documents. So I'll click on Documents. Then we have Dantech Computer Solutions. So I double click that application or that folder. Then I go to File Name and we save our work as Hospital Data. Then we save. So we have already saved our work. So after that, we go to the next question, which says, using appropriate function and cell hundreds only, determine each of the following. Question number 1 says that we find the total frequency. We determine the total frequency. So we'll go back to our application whereby we have total frequency. When we talk of total frequency, is addition or sum of all the available frequencies. So we go to the AutoSum. AutoSum is under Home, under the taskbar. So you just click on the AutoSum, then you press Sum. So once you press Sum, it highlights the cells from B2 to B7, meaning that it is giving us the addition or the sum of all the frequencies available. Therefore you click Enter and it gives you the total frequency, which is the addition of all the frequencies of each particular element. After that, we proceed to the next question, which says we determine the percentage frequency of each course, and we are given a hint which says that the percentage frequency is equals to or is equivalent to frequency divided by total frequency multiplied by 100. So we'll go back to our application. Then we start by typing the equal sign. Due to the rule of the BODMAS, we open the bracket. So we are given a hint which says that the percentage frequency is equivalent to frequency divided by total frequency times 100. So you click equal sign, you open the brackets, then you click the frequency, then you click the divide sign. So it is the frequency divided by the total frequency. Then you close the brackets, then you multiply by 100 according to the hint which is provided. So percentage frequency is equals to the frequency divided by total frequency, then we multiply by 100. Then you can click Enter and we have the answer. So in Excel, when you get an answer of one of the questions, we simply drag down that particular information and it copies down the formula to the rest of the cells. But for this question, I'll show you a hint. For example, you click the answer. At the right hand of the corner of that particular answer, we have a small plus. You press at it and you drag down. You realize that we have an error which is written division. So I'll undo this particular formula or that particular set of instruction. Then I double click my question or my answer. So we can see that percentage frequency is equals to the frequency divided by total frequency times 100. So if we want to drag down or to copy down the formula, we are required to apply $sign between cell B8, because the B8, which is the total frequency, we should make it a constant value, meaning that when you drag down, the values will not change, rather the total frequency will be the same, thus being the constant value. So I click between cell B and 8, then you click Shift under the keyboard and 4 to apply the $sign, then you click Enter. Once you enter, you can now drag down that particular formula and it gives you the answers for the other cells. So once we have this, there are several decimal places. The first thing, we will have to reduce the decimal places. So right here we have this, which is increasing decimals, and we have the decreasing decimals. So you click the decreasing decimals until we remain with 2 decimal places. So that is how it is done. So after that, so we have just got the total frequency, and we have calculated the percentage frequency for each particular cell. So we'll proceed to the next question, which says we copy the content of sheet 1 to sheet 2 in the cell range A1 to D8. We copy the content of sheet 1 to sheet 2 in cell range A1 to D8. So we go back to our application. Then I highlight from A1 up to D8. Then I go to borders and apply all borders, so that the highlighted area of the cells will be from A1 to D8. So after that, we are requested to copy the content of sheet 1 to sheet 2. So you just left click right above row 1. Then we select the whole worksheet. Then you go to copy, you click copy. Then we click on sheet 2. Then we paste our information. So once we paste our data from sheet 1,